Hello everyone, it's the Other World Otaku, and today we're going to be talking about the Quintessential Quintuplets Explained in 5 minutes or less. There will be spoilers for Season 1, but before I continue, please like and subscribe for more content like this. The Quintessential Quintuplets opens with Futaro, the main character for this anime, at his wedding where he's due to marry one of the Nakano quintuplets. The following sisters which he could be marrying is Ikachiya, Nino, Miku, Yotsuba, and Isuka. Actually, the first name is Ishika. But we jump back in time to when the sisters first meet Futaro for the first time. The sisters all transferred into Futaro's school, all of them having negative opinions of him to begin with. Futaro is hired to be a private tutor for the quintuplets since they all have varying issues in different areas of the academics. When Futaro arrives to begin his tutoring, he realises that he'll be teaching quintuplets, which are very rich. They already all have negative opinions of him from the first day in school, so he must gain their trust to be able to teach them properly. Halfway through Season 1 we find them all attending a firework festival. Obviously they meet up at the place, but the oldest sister Ichika has a job as an actress and she must attend it that night, which Futaro is unhappy that she has to leave the festival and abandon her sisters. Towards the end of Season 1 there's a 4-part episode to end the season. We start to see the quintuplets starting to properly like Futaro, and they attend his house to try and encourage him to go on the school trip, but in the process they all miss the school bus to go on this trip. So they get a car, but due to bad weather the car has to pull over at a hotel and spend the night there. Due to this and the hotel being completely booked out, the quintuplets and Futaro have to spend the night in the same room. The issue then starts to happen where they have to all discuss who's going to sleep next to Futaro, so they all agree that they'll sleep in a row so they'd all be equally near to him. The next morning, Ichika wakes up very early and she turns over to see one of her sisters leaning in to kiss Futaro, but unfortunately she's unable to make out which one it is because of her being so early in the morning and them all looking alike. When they finally arrive to their camp, one of the activities they must do is a courage exercise. So a group is formed with Futaro and Yotsuba who have to play ghost and scare everyone. Ishika and Miku go through this without being scared that often, and they recognise Futaro wearing a blonde wig. Later on though, a different group, Nino and Isuka, they come across Futaro as well, and they don't recognise him and they get very scared and run off in the wrong direction. Futaro obviously finds him in danger and deciding to rescue them, he finds that Nino is near a cliff, saving her from dropping off the edge at the last second. On the last night, Futaro and Ishika have to begin building a giant campfire, and all the wood is stored in a shed. They both get locked inside. While Futaro and Ishika inside, they start to get very close to each other to stay warm. A little while later though, Miku and Ichiki arrive looking for them, and they both have to explain their whole situation. Ichika catches a cold from this incident and decides not to go skiing the next day. When Futaro is out skiing, he ends up getting himself injured by hitting a tree, and in the process, Nino mistakes him for being his cousin. In Futaro's attempt to get away from Nino, he hides in a snow cave. While Futaro and Miku are in the igloo, Miku begins to develop a bigger crush on Futaro. From his time in the igloo, Futaro ends up getting a fever and ends up having to stay inside. In the last episode, Futaro ends up getting very sick and has a fever, but before he succumbs to his fever, he rejects Nino through his older identity as his cousin. As well in this episode, Ichika and Miku both confess their feelings of Futaro to each other. Yotsuba and Itsuki blame themselves for Futaro's illness, but later on in the episode, Ichiki seeks into the ward to see him after, to take care of him. Much to her surprise though, the remaining 4 sisters end up coming into the ward a few minutes later. We end up seeing that all their relationship are on the same level at this stage, where we're both having crushes of Futaro. In the last scenes of Season 1, we can definitely confirm that it's definitely one of the sisters that Futaro is due to marry. Hey everyone, if you enjoyed today's video, please like and subscribe for more content like this. See you next time.